Hello, this is Carolyn with Carolyn's Paper Therapy, and I'm back today to share with you the journal that I told you I was going to make to go inside the lid of this button box. If you remember in a previous video, I took an old wooden button box and covered it with lace and the papers from the Granny's Buttons Journal digital kit from Shabby Art Boutique. I'm still using the same kit, and I just keep adding on to this project. I did this collage on the box and showed how I did that in a previous video. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the journal that I made to tie in the top of this box. So let me get the box open, and I'll show it to you. I have these ribbons that go around the outside of the box underneath all the papers and things that I applied, and it ties inside. And this is the journal I made to place in here. So I'm going to just untie one of these and slide this out and go ahead and tie this back and close my box up. Okay, let me move my box out of the way. And this is the journal that I've just completed. As I said, it's out of the Granny's Buttons Journal digital kit from Shabby Art Boutique. And I've used their papers on, this is the 4th project now, and I still have a lot left. But after this one, I'm going to move on to a new project, a new digital kit project. I have this tied together with just a piece of cotton lace, and I tied it in a loose knot. So I'll untie that so you can see the cover on the journal. What I did with this piece of lace is just fasten it underneath this handmade circle here so that it stays on the journal when it's open. So this is the cover of the journal. And I decided to use as a background some old music and some coffee-dyed muslin. I've added lace and fancy lace, cotton lace, our banner with the word journal, some pearl trim, one of our roses from the journal, and this teacup. I actually decided to teach myself to use the print and cut feature on my Cricut machine, which I've never been able to figure out how to make that work. And in her kit was a zip file that had these one picture per page, and you could size it whatever size you wanted. So I decided to try that on my Cricut, and I did the print and cut. I first had to align the machine, which I didn't get perfect, but close enough, and it cut this out for me, along with inside the handle and all this delicate part in here. That's hard to cut with our scissors. So I was real happy with that and wanted to use it on the cover of my journal. And I have 3 or 4 pieces in this journal that I've done that with, that I'll share with you how, that I did that with the Cricut machine. Underneath the cup and saucer, I just cut a piece of a doily, embroidered doily with a crocheted edge on it to serve as like a little tablecloth for this cup and saucer. I like to ink the edges of all my cutouts and all my journal pages, and I was using a tea-dye, but I really like the vintage photo better. So I switched back to vintage photo. I just think it defines this more. Several people are using no inking and just kind of roughing up the edge for a shabby chic look, but I like the definition of being able to see all the outline of the design. This journal is 1, 2, 3, 4 pages from the kit, which are in that the two sides of the page are on each page of the kit, and then I printed solid on the back, solid pattern design on the back. And it is just, they are just folded in half and then sewn together to bind this journal together. This could also just be a signature within a larger journal, but I like to do the smaller ones because there's plenty of work to get something like this finished, and then I can move on to something new, and these make a nice gift. So I'll open this up, and the inside front cover, I decided to, well, let's see. Yeah, I decided to rip some of the pages that I had printed out to use as my tag and the pockets. So on the inside front cover, I have on the background of the page, I ripped a piece of this cardstock that I had printed, kind of rough down this way. And the reason I did that was my print didn't work on the back side and it only went this far. So I just covered it with this. And I didn't want to make it a pocket. I just wanted it to be the background of the page. The pocket here is made out of one of the pockets included in the kit, but it had to be cut down in size to fit on this size journal. This journal is almost 5 by 7, just a little bit less than 5 by 7. On the pocket, I decorated with some, these are just some background papers that are look vintage, that I just have a stack of them, and I kind of like this dark and behind the delicate pastels. Another little piece of our doily, and the tape measure with roses. I just put one journal card inside this pocket, and they're all printed on the back with a nice paper design so that they can be written on. Punched a hole in the top of it and tied a bow on. Now on this page, I used a ripped piece of this same page for my pocket. And I decorated the pocket. It had this print on it, but it had this pink rose, so I didn't want to cover it up. But I went to the Dollar Tree the other day and I found this netting with the little white puffs on it. And I just love it because it can lay over the design, but you still see the design through. And it adds texture and adds to the shabby chic look of our journal. I didn't use it much in this journal, but I have it, and I think they had several other colors that I may go back and look at. But I just used a little piece here over where this rose and print was on this pocket. And then I glued down my buttons from the kit. This one I poked the holes and tied some ribbon through, and a little button jar. Inside the pocket, I have 3 journal cards. This one was plain design paper, so I put at the top of it a piece of our cotton lace and a rose. This journal card I made out of just ripping that same page that I used on the inside front cover and for this pocket. And then this is just a card from the kit, a button card, and I put some pearls on it. While I mentioned the Dollar Tree, another thing I did was I had seen, you know how Facebook has these ads pop up and show you things that you want that you didn't know you wanted. And uh, the Dollar Tree had this peel and stick on wallpaper. And I had this wooden board, and I had wanted the weathered whitewash wood behind some of my designs when I do my videos. So I went down there and covered that board with this background. And it'll kind of switch up my videos a little bit from using the dark background, wood background all the time. Okay, this page I created another pocket by ripping the pink and white checkered paper. And then this image here is another one from the file, the digital file, from the zip file, and I just sized it and let my Cricut cut it out for me, which was really nice because it cut out all these little places right there and the inside of the scissors. And so I just featured that on that pocket. Inside the pocket, I put one of the ribbon cards with nothing on it but the word ribbon, and it's a journal card. It can always be removed and used for ribbon by the recipient of this book. On this page, I created a double pocket out of one of these ribbon cards. And all I did was just cut off the edges of it and flipped it up to make, this makes a pocket and this made a pocket. What I did a little differently though was I decorated the front of this pocket here, but I used Velcro instead of glue to close it. And I used my Velcro dots, and what you can do then is open this up and have a writing space. And then it closes back up and you can put the elements in there that I had in the pocket. I've added the word quilt up here and one of my banners and the word create. And in the back pocket, I have one of the little journal cards, button and rose on it, a button card, and a circle handmade journal card. Inside this pocket, I have placed a small tag and the cutout teacup with buttons and supplies in it to be used as a journal card. And then this was a little loose, so I decided to take one of my cards that's for ribbon or floss, and by using staples and some papers, I turned it into a little journal book. I had this lace paper just laying on my desk, and that's how I came up with it. It's just from a different digital file, but you could use tea-dyed paper or anything in there, even pattern paper from this kit, printed on regular paper. And then I just laid it flat and stapled it in. So this is like a little notebook, and I put the word notes on it. And this helps to keep that pocket, keep the things from falling out of the pocket. On this page, I made another pocket with another one of the ribbon cards by cutting off the edge. I kind of like that idea, and it makes a nice top on the pocket. Inside the pocket, I have a journal card that I have added on the button jar with a piece of lace tied at the top. I like to leave that sticking out the top there a little bit. And then this tag, I added on one of the fussy cut roses. I added the word lace on this pocket and some lace. And at the bottom, I put one of the sewing machines that I had fussy cut out, and I actually just glued it down and made it into a little pocket. So this little spool goes in there, and this heart. On this page, I made a belly band out of one of the tape measures that came in the kit with my scissors and spool again. And I used one of my ribbon cards or lace cards as a journal card inside. It just slides in under the belly band. And another journal card. And then this journal card, I edged it with our cotton ribbon, cotton lace. There's lots of writing space in this journal, which is what I wanted. I wanted there to be lots of room to write. So you can use the backs and fronts of some of the journal cards, and even the space where these pull out, there's room underneath. On this page, I made another, this is the center of the book. So I used the pink and white checkered paper. Well, it's cardstock, printed on cardstock. And I ripped the edges to make a pocket on this page. And this pink rose was one of the, another one of the images that was in that zip file. So I sized it and printed and cut it out with my Cricut. And used it on this pocket. I've added the word glitter and some pearls and one of the ribbons that I fussy cut out. And inside the pocket, again, when you pull your things out, there's room to write right there. This is one of the journal cards. I added a tab at the top and the word lace. And then on this journal card, which was fairly plain, I added some coffee dyed cheesecloth, some of that pink netting with the puffy white on it, our scissors again, and the spool, and I had a stamp laying on my desk that said "Love You," so I just stamped it on a little piece of paper and glued it on there. I punched the hole in the side of my card and tied a lace through it. On this side, I decided to make a side pocket. I used that same pink and white checkered paper and glued it down on 3 sides, ripped it and glued it down on 3 sides. And inside the pocket is one of the larger cards for ribbon. And I actually tied a ribbon and bow around it. On the pocket to decorate it, I used the dress form, some roses, the words ribbon, and a button with the ribbon tied through. On this page, I used the actual sewing machine for a pocket. I had to cut off the little handle over here and trim this down just a little bit, but it made a nice pocket. And I put a piece of lace down first and then put the sewing machine on it to make it look like lace, like a little lace tablecloth. And inside the pocket, I have put one of our ribbon cards with the word stitch to be used as a journal card. Another one of those button cards, and a jar of buttons. On this page, I decided to just decorate this side of the page with odds and ends from the kit, and then leave this side for writing. I first put down some ribbon, and then I laid on these items, just glued them one on top of the other. It's just a decoration. It could have been a belly band, but that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to just decorate this side of the page, and then this side with some lace and music and the word goals and room to write. On this page, I used one of the pockets that came in the kit that, of course, had to be cut down to fit this size. And I decorated it with one of the ovals, just a piece of our paper that I had a little piece laying to the side, and some old music, a heart button with a piece of cheesecloth tied through and a knot. And inside the pocket, out of this tag, I just created a pull tab for it by using some cheesecloth, the cup and saucer, and the word supplies. This again is fixed on the back so it can be written on. I used the little hoop, stitchery hoop with the word create in this pocket also, and then another button card. On this page, I made another page for writing. All this space here is left for writing. I used the pink and white checkered again, just as a backdrop to this rose. So I layered that and the tape measure and the rose that was cut by using my Cricut machine again. This is not a pocket, it's just all glued down. It could have been a pocket, but I wanted to leave this open for writing. And then I just decorated the top with some cheesecloth and the little tape measure. This page, I made a double pocket, and I used the ribbon cards that have like this, a little bit larger size, and I cut off the ends to make two pockets. In the top pocket, I just have a journal card, and in this bottom pocket, I have put one of our lace holders, a tag, and then this tag I used one of the pretty roses at the top of it. That's Fussy Cut Rose. I decorated the bottom with the oval with the sewing machine, a button, and the word sew and the word scrap. This is the back inside cover, and I've just loaded up a pocket. This is one of the pockets from the kit. I put down some ribbon here, or lace, with my rose on it. The same lace up here in this corner with a bow. And inside the pocket, I have this journal card with the rose glued, Fussy Cut Rose glued at the top. I used a tape measure to go in behind everything. I have one of our ribbon cards, a little green gingham tag, a round journal card with the sewing machine, and then the scissors tag that says handmade. Again, on the back, I just glued this lace on there underneath this handmade tag, and I always sign my journals with the name of the journal and Made with Love and my name. And so this just ties in a loose knot. I wouldn't always use a knot, but this is very easy to untie if it's not tied real tight. And then this fits right in the top of our beautiful button box. So I hope you've enjoyed these videos. I'm going to go over to the craft room next and print out that pattern and start working with that kit. And I'll share that pictures on there and my videos on this group page. So I appreciate you watching. This has been a fun project, and I have lots of button things left that you'll see pop up on other items from time to time. I'll store it in one of my folders because I already have all the pieces all cut out and everything. So have a good day. The sun's shining here in Kentucky, and I'm very happy about that. It's been a dreary old week, and my tulips are starting to sprout up, and so I'm happy about that. So until next time, I'll see you soon.